Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars, and thank you for watching. A few months ago, I made a video called Tornado Les Paul. We're talking about a 1952 Gibson Les Paul, first year, that unfortunately got wrecked in a tornado. And as you can see from the before and after pictures, it has been redone. There is a new neck on it. The pickup was fixed. They put in a hard stop tailpiece. This is like your standard tailpiece for your bridge on a regular Gibson Les Paul. They gave it this kind of ornate little thing because you got to remember, in 1952 Gibson Les Paul, I'm going to give you, let's just go ahead and pull up an image for you. The tailpiece looks a little different. The intonation is terrible on them. This is actually a flawed design. They did bring it back 1 year only for the death of Les Paul. I believe that was in 2009. But I don't think they corrected it. They used the original tailpiece, but there's no way to intonate really anything. Angle's all messed up and wonky. So they figured, well, we're restoring it anyway. We'll make it look semi-original, but give it better playability. And the way they did this, if he wants to put a wraparound bridge on here in the future, he now has the ability to. He can just pop one on the studs, and he can intonate the guitar, no problem. So the guy's name is Jared James Nichols, has finished restoring one of the first Gibson Les Pauls ever made. The single cut, nicknamed Dorothy, had been obliterated in a tornado in Washington, Illinois in 2013. Back in April, blues ace Jared James Nichols revealed that he was setting out to restore Dorothy, reportedly one of the first Gibson Les Pauls ever made after it was destroyed in a tornado. And now the guitar, so named after the character swept up in a tornado in The Wizard of Oz, has been revealed in its fresh, restored state for the first time. Dorothy's name, Nichols wrote in an Instagram post, "Speechless, I am in love." Let's take a look at some of the new pictures. So this has to be brand new. I don't know if the pick guard was completely gone. One of the knobs is going to get replaced here. This whole system, they routed it out to give it a tailpiece. This is custom as well, new pick guard. The neck is probably going to be all new. What they probably did is a very careful process of unwinding the pickup and then rewinding it. That's my guess, but we'll see more as we continue through the article. And this is, it's beautiful. I mean, they did an excellent job restoring it. My only complaint is they could have made, oh, okay, I see what he did. He actually, he gave it a heel joint. He actually used some of the original neck wood in this guitar. That's pretty neat. Epiphones are known to have these heel joints. A lot of the cheaper guitars are. It looks like there's a joint right here as well. But he tried to keep as much of the original wood as he could, and I respect that. That is definitely something cool. It may not look the most pretty, but it functions. And if you have wood to work with, instead of tearing everything apart, sometimes it's easier just to get yourself a nice flat surface with what's there and then go from there. But obviously the neck is going to look a lot newer. The back of it especially is not aged. Brand new tuners, nice cool little logo there, no serial number. I like how he did include the wings. A lot of people that replace these necks will not include the wings. They'll just use a one-piece neck. And then we have, Dorothy JNN. Let's go ahead and read this Instagram post. Dorothy's home, speechless, I'm in love. One of the first Les Pauls ever made that was destroyed in a horrific tornado is now risen and ready for a new life. Joel of JW Restorations nailed it completely. He put his heart and soul into resurrection. Joel, I cannot thank you enough. You are the best I have ever had the honor of working with. This guitar plays, looks, and feels sublime. It's beyond my wildest dreams. Legitimately rings like a bell. Joel grafted the homemade new neck onto the broken one. Insane. Look at the beauty the Brazilian rosewood fretboard. So, he's using period correct wood with this. Everything about Dorothy is beyond perfect. I'm so grateful. Check out Joel's art in the back of the headstock. Red ruby shaped into a tornado. My mind blown. The tailpiece is incredible. I didn't even notice that. It's a tornado, and they used red rubies like Dorothy with the red ruby slippers. That's really cool. I'm thankful they pointed that out. Mind is blown. The tailpiece, incredible. I need to thank my brother, Jay TJ Duckweiler for this incredible gift and trusting me to bring this instrument back to life, making music. Love you, brother. Thank you, my friends. Fred_OKRA and Joe Matamasa for all the real deal, genuine 1952 parts to make her complete again. You guys are the best. Shout out to Calton Cases for her forever home, for being found after a tornado to now living in a Colton. Go figure. It's time. Dorothy is ready for a new life. I cannot wait to play her tonight on stage, back where she belongs. I haven't plugged it in yet, but I can't wait for us to all hear the magic that lies in this beauty. More pictures and videos coming soon. And the first Les Paul's ever was destroyed in a tornado, risen to new life. The guitar was destroyed by Luther Joel Wilkins, who specialized in his early Fender and Gibson guitar restoration, pickups, electronics repairs, custom vintage pickups for artists. Joel Wilkins nailed it completely. Nicholas continues. He put his heart and soul into this resurrection. Joel, I cannot thank you enough. You were the best ever. I had an honor of working with. The guitar plays, looks, and feels sublime. It is beyond my wildest dream and legitimately rings like a bell. And just kind of repeating what he already said in the post. So here's a few of the before pictures. I mean, the knobs, they look fine. I'll be honest with you. The biggest is no pickguard in the neck. I mean, the rest of the guitar, in my opinion, looks, well, I mean, it's beat to crap, but it looks fine. There's just a little thing there. There's some images of the tornado. And there's Dorothy. Oh, we're loading a new page. We don't need to load that. Let's scroll down. Then we'll another Instagram post here as well. I feel extremely humbled and honored to share this post. It is the first ever Gibson Les Paul, one of the first ever, not the first, Gibson Les Paul models from 1952. It is only special because it's one of the first ever, but in fact it has been to hell and back. The guitar served an EF4 tornado. Yeah, it was a tornado on 11/17/13, one of the biggest record tornadoes torn through Washington and Illinois, killing and destroying everything in its path. This guitar was found at a front yard of a home in the Rumble. It has not been touched since. There is still mud on it. The original owner was found. It was his grandpa's guitar who had long passed, and she gave her blessing to my new friend who had kept the guitar since then. I want to thank the new Shred Brothers at TJ Duckweiler from the bottom of my heart for hitting me up and gifting me this incredible special instrument. He sent me a picture of it right here on Instagram, and we started chatting. He knew my love of Les Pauls and P90s, of course. We talked to this idea over the guitar being risen from the ashes and brought back for its former glory. It is happening. I'm sending this beast to my friend at JW Restoration today to begin the process of restoring it, and obviously he restored it. There will not be any refinishing, which there was not any refinishing, to my knowledge. Dorothy has, Nichols explained, revived the number of new aesthetics and built appointments, including Brazilian Rose Award fingerboard, red rubies fashioned into a tornado-like formation on the headstock. Joe Bonamassa reportedly donated a real deal, genuine 1952 parts to the restoration too. Everything about Dorothy is beyond perfect. I'm so grateful. The fun thing about 52 Les Pauls, I should say, a lot of people don't want them, and you can actually get them at a very reasonable price because you can't play them very well unless you do modifications to the guitar. And if you find a unmolested one, I guess is the best way you could describe it, where it's fully original and somebody hasn't put in the new tailpiece on it, you don't want to really touch it because it's not going to play the best. And it's going to sound fine, but it might even sound kind of crappy, though, because you can't intonate the thing. But it's more of a historic piece, and they lose value the more you modify them. I need to thank you, brother TJ Duckweiler, for this incredible gift, for trusting me to bring this instrument back to life, making music. Love to you, brother. TJ Duckweiler owned the Les Paul prior to Jared James DeCole. He was gifted the sixth string by a woman whose late grandpa was the original owner. Nicholas is currently gearing up to release his brand new EP, Shadow Dancer, in September. This far, he has dropped 2 supercharged blue rock numbers, Skin and Bones and Bad Roots. And that's going to be all she wrote. Let's take a look at how she plays, my friends. Oh. Watch again on Instagram. I guess we're watching it again on Instagram. I'm forced to do another link. She sounds good. She sounds good. Everything seems to be working in order. And there you have it, a beautiful sounding 1952 Les Paul. And I think the main reason they did the modifications to the bridge is probably for playability. This is something that he wants to play on stage in the future. What I did not initially know was that this was not his guitar. He just found it. This is a guy that just found it. It was a woman's guitar who was, it was her grandmother's, or grandfather's rather, and then she said, yeah, keep it, it's broke, I don't want it. Anyway, and now it is a piece of rock and roll history that will probably come with a premium just for the story. I mean, who wouldn't want to own an original 1952 Gibson Les Paul that got smashed in a tornado and now is restored and playable for the foreseeable future? And it looks like you can intonate this. These two screws right there. It doesn't look like it has the intonation marks on there, which is why I was confused. I was like, if you're going to go the route that they did with drilling holes into the guitar that never had them there in the first place, why not just put a tunematic bridge on there? I mean, you can keep the tailpiece, leave the tailpiece the same. That's not going to make a difference, but tunematic bridge I feel like would have made more sense on this. But then again, it is not my guitar, so do with it as you will. That's my opinion. Is if you're going to make it, play a little bit better, I would have gone for the full tunematic as opposed to this. This looks more original if you look at this, because it had the whole, single bar across, no adjustable saddles. So I understand why they did it to make it look more original, but it's not. This is not original. I mean, trying to find an original tailpiece for this thing lying around is next to near impossible. You might be able to find one off of like a 2009 model that somebody was like, oh, I don't like this thing, I'm going to switch it out. But other than that, I think we'll just leave it there. Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. Turn on that notification bell so you know when I'm making new content. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.